What's up, guys? Back with Mike Dolce. Dolce knows boom. That's right. I've been getting a lot of questions. Every Sunday on Twitter, I do my Sunday Q&A. One Sunday, I answered over 800 questions, 804 questions to be exact. And what I did, I took a question today, and I get this question all the time. I want to share it with you guys here on our YouTube channel so you can see me talk about it. You can know I'm telling you the truth, and I'm going to give some examples. What the question is, what's the best type of meal format to get lean while not losing muscle? And this is debated quite a bit. Now, you get a lot of the intermittent fasting people, you get the carb backloading side, you get the paleo, you get the, I call those exclusionary diets where you're pulling out certain type of nutrient groups in order to, trick your body to lose weight. That stuff is very short-term, short-lived. I don't prescribe to that type of methodology. What we do here, and mind you, I train the world's greatest athletes in a weight class dominated sport. The athletes inside the octagon in the UFC. That's my specialty. I work with some CrossFitters, some other professional sports, but we're talking about the MMA athletes right here who have to be big, they have to be strong, they have to be lean, they have to have low levels of body fat, but they need to be able to perform. So bodybuilders listening right now, I know when you're on stage, you're about to die, you feel like you're gonna die. My athletes, we can't do that. We can't risk that type of traumatic, negative state with the body in order to get out there and look good on the outside, dying on the inside. That's not what we do here. So if you want to look absolutely amazing and have energy for days so you can put on career defining performances and really excel and push the level of your physical potential, this is what you want to do. So let's talk about Manny Gamburyan. Now, Manny Gamburyan is a UFC fighter. He's been in the organization for a long time, 5 years or so. He's got like 40 some odd professional fights. He first started fighting at 185 pounds where he fought Sean Shirk. He's since dropped to 170, and then where he knocked out George Santiago, who was the Sengoku champion at one point. George is a very tough guy. Then he dropped to 155. He got to the finals of the Ultimate Fighter, where he lost on injury default to Nate Diaz, who's one of the top contenders at the 155-pound division. He dropped to 145, where he fought Jose Aldo in the WEC organization, had a pretty strong career there at 145. And Manny's jacked. He fought at 185 and was lean at 185. So he hired me recently to take him down yet another weight class to 135 pounds. We started his weight cut, his competition training, 8-week competition training at 168 pounds, and he was right around 8-9% body fat. I have the photos of him. He's got veins running through his chest and arms. He's got a full plate of abs on the front. There's not much fat on this young man. So what we did, I took him at 168 pounds. I brought him all the way down to 136 pounds for his weigh-in on Friday, and then he went back and he competed inside the octagon at about 158, which is absolutely perfect. So we were able to put those 22 pounds back on in the 24-hour period post-weigh-in. That's the rehydration window, so we could go out there and compete. And he won his fight against a very tough opponent, went through a lot of adversity, physically damaging. He got dropped at one point in the second round after a nasty groin strike, but he was able to have the strength, the resilience of mind, and the physical fortitude to go out there and get the submission victory with 4 seconds left in the second round. Now, that is the way we compete. Every ounce of energy he had to utilize to go out and pull that type of gutsy performance. We did this through nutrition. He lost weight through nutrition, and I didn't deprive him of calories. That's very important. Now, he was eating more like a bodybuilder, about 4 meals a day, 3 to 4 meals a day with a post-workout after his training session, and that was it. He was taking in somewhere around at 168 pounds. He was taking in 24 to 2,600 calories as he reported to me through his journal prior to us working together. What I did, I bumped his calories up to almost 3,000. But I spread his meals out. Instead of eating 4 or 5 meals a day, I had him eating between 6 and 8 meals a day. Increase the calories, spread the meals out, smaller, more frequent feedings. What that does, and there's a lot of debate out there, and there's a lot of the trolls on the internet and YouTube and all over the place that want to troll and say frequent meal feedings does not speed up the metabolism, which is absolutely insane. I don't know how many world-class athletes that you're working with, But I'm proving it with my world-class athletes, and there's good science out there. Now, there's other ways to do this, of course, but again, we want to kiss it, to keep it simple, stupid. We want to make this simple, easy, predictable, easily to replicate results. That's the most important thing here. We're not trying to recreate the wheel. We're not trying to find a magic pill or potion or powder. What we're trying to do is find the exact science that's going to help these athletes compete to the best of their ability, focusing on health number one, but also the confines of sport number two. That's weighing in on Friday and competing at a world-class ability on Saturday night. So we spread his meals out between 6 to 8 meals, where he was eating, on average 7 meals a day. We'd have him, flux up to 8 meals and then down to 6 on some of his lower training days. Never less than 6 meals, usually right around that 7 to 8 meal range. Sped up his metabolism. He started losing weight a slow and consistent fashion, which was awesome. Went from 68 down to 64, then we had him stabilized. 64 turned into 60, stabilized, got him down into 58, 56, and then we stabilized. It's very important to stabilize because you can't straight drop. You have to bring it down, then stabilize, let your body adjust, balance out, then we bring it again because the body's always trying to find the state of homeostasis, that is balance. The body doesn't want to change, doesn't want to go up, doesn't want to go down, wants to stay the same. So we allow the body to believe that we're keeping it the same, then we make very minor adjustments to bring it down. The minor adjustments that I like to make is I like to change the diet by 10% for 3 days, and then we monitor the results. So with Manny, we made a 10% adjustment across the board of his total caloric intake. That's all the macros, the protein, the carbs, the fats, 10% across those 8 meals, brought it down just a little bit, watched what his body did, didn't change, brought it down again. Now Manny, his body responded very well. And again, we were clean eating the entire time. That's another important thing out there. So all you dirty dieters and if you fit your macros and all that other BS, I don't know. Come on, it's a waste of time. It's not sustainable, and those that are out there doing it, you can't do it year round. So why do it at all? Stick to a program that you can do year round. It's the clean eating formula. So we're maximizing our nutrient content, not just focused on the macros, but the micros. I'm more concerned about the micros. Now, with the Dolce diet, we talk about don't count calories, make calories count. That's because we're focused on nutrient density. That's the most important thing. Forget your macros. It's the nutrient density. That's what matters most because we're biological organisms. We function on the cellular level. We want to ensure the health of our cells. And that allows our body to look the way that we want it to look so we can perform the way that we need to perform. These are very important tips. And maybe it sounds like common sense. Maybe it sounds like nonsense. I don't know. I don't care. I'm telling you the truth. This is why the world's greatest athletes hire me and bring me in because I get rid of all that funk, all that fake shit, all that bullshit. I make it very simple, very clean, very predictable results on programs that these athletes can sustain. Now, my athletes, they rarely fall off the program. Once the training program's over, once they compete, once they go out there, they weigh in, they win, they want to get right back onto it on Monday because all the other crap out there makes them feel sick. Now, we do refeed, but when we refeed with real food. We just up the calories, up the quantity of the real food. We don't eat fucking Pop-Tarts and ice cream and pizzas and all that bullshit. We don't pollute our body. That's silly. That's nonsense. We refeed with high nutrient sources. We refeed with grass-fed steaks and sweet potato and shitloads of veggies. That's the way we refeed. In my house, we'll make these grass-fed bison burgers. I'll fucking make 2 pounds of 6 8-ounce patties. I'll eat as many of those as I want with baked sweet potato fries drizzled with raw honey and cinnamon. I'm not going to go to In-N-Out or Burger King or McDonald's and get those, that type of, dirty bulk, gotta break your diet, it's not sustainable. All these fucking, pardon my language, all these gurus out there that say that you should do that. You gotta live your life. Yeah, live your life, but don't poison yourself. There's no reason to poison yourself when you can always maximize progress, maximize results, and yes, refeed, but refeed with nutrition, high nutrient density. That's what matters. Remember, we're biological machines. We function on a cellular level. That's how I'm able to really push the boundaries of physical potential with my athletes and why they love the programs, why they never want to fall off the programs. They love this stuff. So anyway, here's the tip. You want to get lean, you want to get strong, and you want to stay anabolic and put on muscle, increase your mealtime. Increase it. Go from 3 to 4, the typical American diet, which is really 2 to 3 meals a day, and take that up to 6, 7, 8 meals a day. Small feedings. With the Dolce diet, we say we eat every 2 to 4 hours based on what you just did and what you're about to do. So now we're intuitive. We're making decisions in the moment. I don't believe in template diets. That stuff doesn't work. Again, it's not sustainable because your training program changes in the day. Your intensity, your volume might change in the day. Your stress, you might be battling with your girlfriend one day, then in bed with her all the next day. All this stuff changes. So should your consumption. Keep that stuff in mind, guys. Make sure you're resting and sleeping. Very important. You have any questions for me, please hit me up on Twitter at The Dolce Diet. Check out our Facebook page, The Dolce Diet. Follow me on Instagram. We're The Dolce Diet. Go to thedolcediet.com for lots more free content. Make sure you download our podcast. We got 90 plus episodes. It's over 90 hours of this type of stuff. And on the podcast, it's all Q&A. I rant a little bit. I go a little crazy. You should hear what I say about processed foods and parents out there. Tisk, tisk. But check out our podcast. We have a free app. It's the Mike Dolce Show. Download it. Find us on iTunes. And guys, subscribe to this show right here. Subscribe to this channel. Leave me your comments. I check it out every day. You guys know I'm answering you. A lot of you guys I'll answer privately. So get in touch, subscribe, keep it going, and let's get lean together, everybody. No more of this bullshit, these unsustainable diets, these fads. Don't let these people take your money. Let's get out there, build our bodies the way we were meant to. If you want to be a fucking jacked-ass bodybuilder, you want to be a lean-ass fighter, you want to be a sprinter, you just want to be a really awesome mom or dad, this is the place to go. I'll talk to you soon. Boom!